Yes, you knew this was coming. Recently I decided that I was going to start uploading several tops regarding the most important Dragon Ball games that we have analyzed here on the channel. And of course, our dear Budokai Tenkaichi 3 still has some pending rankings. So prepare yourself because these are the 10 worst transformations in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. As is usual, I'll leave you my social networks below so you can visit me, and now, before beginning, I wanted to warn you that on this top we will not count the great apes, since several of them are not that good in the game, but then the ranking would be full of great apes. Got it? So let's begin. Number 1. Oob. If you watch my video of amazing characters that no one uses in the game, you will remember the mention we made to Oob and also how its transformation didn't offer as many benefits as its base form, due to many attributes that are subtracted when being transformed. Loses the Super Kamehameha, no longer has that great rush attack with awesome tracking and damage, and also he has consecutive energy volleys, a quality that, in addition to not having much damage, is not suitable for chaining more combos when the animation ends. This Oob's ultimate is probably one of the worst ones in the game, having very minimal damage and a conditional range. Number 2. Garlic Jr. This transformation, despite turning the villain into a more muscle and imposing version, does not add very good attributes. His moveset is very improvable compared to other characters with much faster output speed in their attacks. His energy wave is pretty standard and he doesn't have very effective speed attacks. I would consider the small version of Garlic Jr. more suitable due to his rush attacks with much more range and a very useful projectile like the energy spheres, similar to those that Bertha launches. Those are OP, but I wouldn't recommend its final form. Number 3. Sbor. One of Frieza's right hands, a character who doesn't seem to offer much. His base form is honestly not bad, he has a few standard skills and nothing that can be converted into a good combo with enough damage within his moveset. However, the transformation is another story. A fairly slow combo route, a speed attack with a very limited range, you can only hit it in very specific opportunities, which remain his versatility. Otherwise, there's nothing really disastrous with him, but with the lack of some other character who had other improvable transformation, Sbor remained in this position. Number 4. Great Saiyan. I know this character is basically adult Gohan with a different skin. However, his moveset is changed, and speaking specifically about his special techniques, let's say they're not that bad, but the skills of his base state, Super Saiyan or other variants are much better, so I don't see much fun in opting for this version of Gohan. We know that he is a character made to represent Gohan's alter ego, a kind of parody. Still, speed attacks are not a big deal, and the ultimate falls short in damage and range compared to other characters who rely on melee skills. Number 5. Slug. I said that I wouldn't include great apes, but not the giant characters in total would be excluded. Some of them have notable advantages, but this huge version of Slug falls short. Even though his combo routes occupy a large area and they are not as slow as most great apes, his special skills are the things in which he fails the most, which indicates that he'll have to face hand-to-hand with characters who on many occasions can stun him, which, as you can imagine, it's not favorable for him. Although if you think about it, his base form is not very remarkable either, but personally I would prefer the agility of his normal version than his few movement possibilities in his giant version. Number 6. Super Trunks. This character repeats his stay in one of my rankings. While some things regarding this version of Trunks give certain advantages, such as his armor to physical attacks once he has maximum ki, or his ki bar boosted when you start the fight completely transformed, the truth is that if you use the Super Saiyan version of adult Trunks, which is top tier, and then you transform into Super Trunks, you would be removing many qualities of speed, combo chaining, and mighty from your ultimate. Super Trunks can be pretty rough. Number 7. Supreme Kaio. He was never a character that came to my attention, but by using his base form, I didn't dislike the feeling I had with him, even though it's true that some of his damage could be improved. But what happens when he transforms? While he doesn't gain almost any boost damage or mobility, his special techniques decline a lot. A standard ki wave without much grace, you already know that I don't like this technique very much. It offers no combo chaining possibilities and has plenty of recovery frames in case you miss the hits. Finally, when the Kaioshin transforms, rather than offering advantages, it nerfs himself a little bit. Number 8. Great Saiyaman 2. And talking about Great Saiyaman previously, here we have his companion. We know that Vidal is a very capable character in her base form, having a moveset that focuses entirely on melee damage, but by transforming you're not doing yourself any favor since her moveset is modified to rush attacks that consume more bars of ki and they don't have the same tracking. That cut off much of the aggressive game plan that Vidal may have. That's why her transformation in Great Saiyaman 2, I consider her one of the most counterproductive in the game. Number 9. Kid Super Saiyan Trunks. Some may be surprised to see little Trunks here, and I'm also not wanting to say that this is the second worst transformation in the game for me. This is a ranking with no specific order. These are only the 10 that I consider the worst. But the Super Saiyan of Kid Trunks doesn't offer any favorable change for the character. His rush attack is replaced by a ki blast attack, and his rush attack still had the same effect. On top of all this, the character alone has only 3 life bars from the beginning, different from the others who have 4 or even 5 on some occasions. I would not recommend him at all. Number 10. Brolys' first Super Saiyan. Alright, but the legendary Super Saiyan Broly is supposed to be one of the best characters in the game, right? Is there really that much difference between that version and this version? Well, in my opinion, yes. The legendary Super Saiyan version has the same energy wave attack, but the rush attack is different because they replace it with one of the worst attacks that doesn't have any tracking and sends a wave of energy spheres followed with very low damage. Obviously, it doesn't have the quality of armor that Big Broly has, so it retracts even more from his transformation. But hey, compared to its base form, it does improve a little, right? His base version at least has a better ultimate, but this features an explosion of energy which, while in a melee neutral can be viable, it's not at all a good ultimate special technique. It's not unblockable, it has short range and not as much damage as others. That's why this is the indicated transformation to close with this top. Guys, thank you so much for reaching to this point of the video. That means a lot to us. Thank you very much for your constant support. That was all for today, and I'll be watching you in the next video. Take care and see ya.